This is what's happening in the news. This is an article from the Voice of America, posted today, and it deals with the current monetary crisis in Venezuela, dealing with the collapse of the bolivar due to an ever increasing rate of inflation there, where cost of goods and services goes up drastically all of the time to where there's no stable prices. So here it talks about just man hours, or the amount of time spent in lines to purchase groceries on a weekly basis. And just to give you a heads up as to how bad it is, to try to wrap your mind around the idea of spending 1 to 5 hours a week in a line just to get some food, the basics like milk, oil, things like that. So this article here just mentions here Venezuelans live day to day lining up to buy food while the government says there is an economic war against him, meaning Maduro. As of now, there's a lot of local news there mentioning how external forces such as the United States is trying to influence their policies there and causing problems. So it's a little diversion tactic, which it also could be true, but real problem is inflation is a problem. I mean, their currency is collapsing and no one wants it. So here's a couple pictures that mentions how Venezuelans lost 35 million man hours a week and to line up and buy food at the government controlled prices, according to the National Omnibus Survey from February 2015. And so just a couple pictures here of showing how serious it is to line up outside of a store to grab groceries. And so as you see, it's predominantly all women, but this line here shows a couple men where they're lining up. And it says the government has pursued actions against food distributors and convenience stores, arguing that encourage lines to create a sense of scarcity. So they're saying that the grocery stores are to blame for limiting how much you can purchase. So they're kind of stirring this on by causing all these long lines outside of stores, which once again is just their spin on the situation, but ultimately boils down to a collapse in the currency. But 35 million hours is a lot of hours that people could be working and producing, but yet they're in line. And then what was even more shocking is it says 70% of Venezuelans spent between 1 and 5 hours per week. 70% of Venezuelans. That means over half of the population. I want to say it's about 20 million or so people are expected to go stand outside the line. So it's probably 1, 2 people every household per week have to go stand in lines in order to get the basics. And so just a little heads up as to what's happening globally surrounding the monetary situation, especially here in Venezuela. It's something that I find great interest in because it's very informative on what's going on a minor scale, and just give an idea and paint a picture of what could happen on a greater scale. So just a little something to think about. This is Monetary Monday. A little heads up. Let me know what you think.